We begin in mighty Morphin, where the original 6th Ranger, Tommy Oliver, stood at the center of one of the most iconic love stories in Ranger history. His journey from villain to hero was mirrored by the growth of his bond with Kimberly Hart. Their connection was slow, sweet, and quiet. A relationship built on trust, courage, and late-night moments after the command center lights dimmed. Even after Kimberly left, the impact of their relationship shaped Tommy's entire arc for years. Soon after, we meet Ninjor, a mystical ally rather than a traditional ranger, but even he had no romantic angle, only loyalty to the team and wisdom that outlasted time. Then comes Zeo, and with it Trey of Triforia, the Gold Ranger. Trey did not have a canonical love story, but his energy, nobility, and mystique made him the silent romantic archetype, the kind of character fans imagined having a regal, distant romance on his homeworld. In Turbo, the enigmatic Phantom Ranger appeared, and with him came one of Power Rangers' biggest unresolved crushes. His affection for Cassie was unmistakable. He watched over her, protected her, and even sacrificed his identity and safety just to keep her alive. They never became a couple, but their quiet bond remains one of the franchise's most famous unfinished love threads. Blue Centurion, also from Turbo, stayed focused on justice, loyal, honorable, and charmingly awkward. No confirmed romances, but fans often described him as the space cop too focused on duty to date. Then in Space, Jane, the Silver Ranger, stepped in. Charismatic, mischievous, the classic lovable rogue. His romance with Astronema, however, was one of the most dramatic in the franchise. A hero falling for the villain falling for the hero. It was a spark fueled by tension, curiosity, and a connection neither of them wanted to admit. Their relationship was short-lived, but unforgettable. Lost Galaxy introduced Magna Defender, a warrior fueled by the pain of losing his wife and child. His entire story was a love story. The love of a husband and a father shattered by tragedy, and the long road of vengeance that followed. His sacrifice restored not only the galaxy, but his honor and the memory of the family he cherished. Lightspeed Rescue brought us Ryan Mitchell, the Titanium Ranger. His story revolved around family love, the fractured relationship between him, his father, and his sister Dana. No romance, but deep emotional bonds shaped every decision he made. In Time Force, the Quantum Ranger Eric Myers became the franchise's lone wolf. His story was not romantic, but his connection with Taylor from Wild Force and later crossovers created a spark fans still debate. Their chemistry was sharp, competitive, and electric, though they would never admit they like each other type of pairing. Then came Wild Force, with the eccentric Merrick, the Lunar Wolf Ranger. His love story with Princess Shayla was gentle, tragic, and rooted in centuries of guilt and longing. He loved her deeply, but believed he no longer deserved her, making their relationship one of the most quietly heartbreaking in Ranger history. Ninja Storm introduced the Green Samurai Ranger Cam Watanabe, whose main story centered around responsibility, legacy, and personal growth. While he didn't have a canon romance, his dynamic with Tiffany and his subtle exchanges with Tori set the foundation for fans to imagine more. Dino Thunder brought back Tommy, now older, wiser, and still carrying the emotional weight of his past relationships. While no new romance emerged, fans often read between the lines. The once unstoppable warrior now carried a softer, more reflective heart. In SPD, the mysterious Shadow Ranger Doggy Kruger had a deeply emotional love story, a reunion across war, loss, and time. His wife Esenia, believed dead, returned to him, turning his tragic story into a rare happily ever after. Also in SPD, Omega Ranger Sam formed a pure, almost childlike bond with Z, trusting her above all others. Not a romance, but an emotional connection strong enough to shape both their arcs. In Mystic Force, the White Ranger Udana and her husband Leanbow, the original Wolf Warrior, delivered one of the franchise's most mature love stories, a tale of sacrifice, separation, and reunion. Their love literally saved a world. And finally, Jungle Fury gave us RJ, the Wolf Ranger, whose story was more about mentorship and emotional vulnerability than romance. His relationships were deep, complicated, and built on trust, the kind of bonds that last a lifetime even without romantic labels. From forbidden love to tragic loss. In RPM, where the Gold and Silver Rangers, Gem and Gemma, share one of the strangest, rarest forms of connection in the entire franchise. Their love story isn't romantic, but a bond so deep and synchronized it borders on inseparable. Raised together, trained together, and traumatized together, their sibling connection forms the emotional backbone of their characters. Their love is family love. Chaotic, explosive, but unbreakable. Hey, real quick, before we jump into the rest of the story, I just want to check in with you. If you're still watching up to this point, then I know you're a real Power Rangers fan. The kind who actually cares about the lore, the Zords, the Rangers, and all the crazy details the casual fans always miss. And listen, I put a lot of time into making sure everything here is accurate, clear, and entertaining for you. So if you're enjoying the video, do me a big favor. Hit that like button, drop a comment, and let me know which 6th Ranger is your favorite. And of course, if you're new here, or this isn't your first time watching, but you still haven't subscribed, now is the perfect moment. Join the channel, because we're diving even deeper into every era from Mighty Morphin all the way to Cosmic Fury. Alright, enough talking. Let's get right back into it. Moving into Samurai, we meet the mysterious Antonio, the Gold Ranger. His love story is light, playful, almost musical. While no official romance was ever confirmed, his chemistry with Mia, and especially with Emily, became a fan-favorite dynamic. Emily admired his confidence, and Antonio admired her kindness. Quiet, almost romance that lived in glances more than words. In Super Samurai, Antonio's bond with the team deepened, but his true love was always his craft, his fishing, and the joy he brought to everyone around him. He was the kind of character who loved life itself. In Megaforce, Robo Knight enters with no romantic involvement. His journey was about understanding humanity. But in Super Megaforce, that humanity becomes clearer. His fondness for Emma is subtle but real, driven by her compassion and spirit. It's not a romance, but it's a spark of emotional growth he never had before. Then we arrive at Dino Charge, one of the richest eras for Ranger relationships. The Gold Ranger, Sir Ivan, carried a noble medieval sense of devotion. While he never developed a full romance on screen, his admiration for Shelby and his gentlemanly charm created fan-favorite what-if discussions. Then there's Prince Philip, the Graphite Ranger, whose loyalty and developing respect for Chase and the team revealed a man capable of deep, grounded affection. His love arc wasn't romantic, but it was rooted in connection, trust, and personal evolution. In Ninja Steel, the Gold Ranger Levi Weston, secretly Brody's brother Aiden, brought music, fame, and heart. His closest emotional bond formed with Sarah, and while never officially romantic, many fans saw something developing between them. Admiration, teasing, a warmth unique to the two. Levi's love story, however, was really about finding his family again, reconnecting with Brody, and rediscovering a life beyond fame. Beast Morphers gave us Steel, the Silver Ranger, a robot learning how to be human. His love was joy, friendship, and a growing sense of humanity. But the most emotional thread was his connection with Nate, the boy who created him. Nate loved him like a brother, someone he could lose, someone he fought to protect. Steel's arc ended not with romance, but with the deepest love of all, sacrifice, giving his life so the others could live. Dino Fury expanded the heart of the franchise even further. Ion the Gold Ranger had no formal romance, but his emotional journey was rooted in brotherhood. His bond with Zeto, his loyalty to the team, and his rediscovery of trust. His love story was healing from loss, learning to belong again. And then finally, Cosmic Fury, which brought one of the most defining love stories of the modern era, Amelia and Zeto. With Zeto returning as the White Ranger and Amelia standing at the heart of the team, their bond became both heroic and intimate. Their connection grew from curiosity to trust, and from trust to something warm enough to survive even death itself. When Amelia cried over Zeto's sacrifice, it wasn't just a teammate she was losing, it was someone she loved. Zeto's final act, guiding the team from beyond, still watching over her, becomes one of the most poetic love stories Power Rangers has ever told. From siblings forged in fire to crushes left unspoken, to romances bound across planets and lifetimes, the 6th and Extra Rangers from RPM to Cosmic Fury prove that even in a universe filled with danger, monsters, and cosmic battles, the strongest power is always the same: love, in every form it takes. And that wraps up today's breakdown. If you made it to the end, thank you. You're literally helping the channel grow more than you know. We're on the road to 20,000 subscribers, and every single like, comment, and share pushes us one step closer. So if you enjoyed the video, hit subscribe, stay locked in, and I'll see you in the next one. May the power protect you.